You know, we build traditional cars, we build traditional hot rods. Pre-1970 American cars, so we've done a lot of muscle cars, customs, and hot rods. I like hot rods. This is how they all start. It's a Brookville steel body, still on the crate. Those are the frame rails, so we'll just start building a car from scratch. I like cars that are in proportion and that actually work and go fast. This is 32 Ford Roadster. Traditional parts, traditional looking. It fits a period. It's built to look like it was built late 40s, early 50s. It looks like an early hot rod, but every part on it is brand new. 9-inch rear end, transverse leaf springs front and rear, hairpins in the front, ladder bars in the rear. Small block Chevy with tri-power, lake style headers. It's also got 700 R4 transmission, so it's got overdrive, hidden electronic ignition and things like that. I like them to look like I want them to look, but they need to function. Like for example, even my little 3-window coupe, it's got that vintage flamethrower distributor, which is fairly rare. This was the highest technology that they had at the time, but I've taken it apart and put Pertronix electronic ignition inside. That car is before the shop. I won't display that with the shop because that's not an example of what the shop builds. That's an example of what I can do in my apartment, you know? But you can see on my stuff over here, I like to build customs. So it's hot rods and customs are really what we do. I love chopping cars. This is a 61 Cadillac. It was crazy, rusted, terrible mess. Once it was here, started repairing it and, you know, shaving the body, a lot of really cool stuff. You know, it's art. It's like, oh, what if we used a roof from a different car and gave it a whole new look? So what we ended up using is the roof from a 67 Bonneville. So now the Cadillac has a 6-inch chop with that crazy sloping roof line. You know, we drew it, it looks cool, let's make it. And we did it, no one else has done it. This is a little toy model back in, I guess it was the 60s. And that is a Model T truck. The owner wants it built exactly like the model, every detail. So we use dial calipers and measure off of the model, multiply it by the scale. It's the craziest thing. He's so specific about it being accurate to the model that he found the proper vintage engine that has the engine numbers are the correct year for which that would have been built. So even if someone checked the numbers on the engine, it would still be right. So it's really neat. But some of the suspension on this is challenging to try to make all that stuff work, but that's what's on the model, so that's what we had to use. This is an original 32 Roadster, but a lot of the pieces on it were rusted and damaged and things, so we're replacing the pieces to put it back together. That's an early Cadillac engine, which is kind of unique. This is gonna be kind of industrial, kind of World War II-ish, kind of airplane looking, very just rugged inside, no upholstery, just all aluminum and metal like a Lakes race car. You know, World War II bomber seat. It's a 5-speed, it's a T5, so it's actually a manual, which is kind of neat. And these are very strange wheels, 20-inch, early Indy race car style tires. That's actually an original taffy pulled drop axle. You can see they heated them up and pulled them, and you can see it looks like pulled taffy. So that's how they dropped them back in the day.